Kids and cadets, welcome back to Tommy Time, making tracks, really plowing out some stuff here. This Turo, we saw the fuel issue, we took care of that. We also worked on Mr. and Mrs. Tinfoils. We got the drive cable working again, and then when all that was happening, lady messaged me during the week and she said, "Do I fix?" I said, "Not really." She said something about her mower, something about the rod would drop and not engage. I said, "Send me a picture of it," and this is what it was. A newer Craftsman M210. So I didn't know exactly what to expect, but when she dropped it off, I kind of looked at it. She said her brother worked on it, because when I saw the picture, one tread was different than the other. I said, "What's going on?" And she said he tried to work on it. So you can see right away the plastic grommets on this side, and this side's gone. So I went to my junk section. This was already off. It came off of a Murray. The rest of the unit was still there. The cover said Murray, but it's the same exact transmission. The only thing that's missing is the little spring here. I think I stole it off of this to salvage another machine. The spring is on this one. I'll put the spring here to make this thing work. But what I did when she was here, I kind of peeled it back and look at the end of the axle, and I think it's worn into a pencil. Oh, and she gave me the gear. She said, "Oh, this came out." So I don't know where the rest of it is. I don't know. I think it's screwed up. Something's screwed up. So she said, "Here's the other wheel." I got two. I said, she said, "Oh, I looked up the number because the tread pattern's different." She said this was the exact one this called for. And you could see what happened. Something was loose. Look at the teeth. There's no teeth. So this was the side probably not grabbing. So let's dig deeper. I've got a socket down here. Let's take this wheel off and figure out what in the hell happened to this self-propelled front wheel drive. Crafty. What I've done already is turn this on its side, removed all the bolts to get ready to transfer this one onto that, yada yada. I don't even know when I'm going to charge her. This is kind of a oddball thing here. She said, "Oh, is it going to be less than if I buy a mower?" I said, "Yeah, it's going to be less." So she said her brother messed with it. So I don't know. Maybe doesn't have a mechanical mind. Grommet's missing. This axle's flopping up and down. You're going to laugh. I'm laughing. So I kind of could see this through the dust cover. When I said pencil shaped, I meant it. Yeah, this thing's got to be changed out. There's nothing I can do. I don't have that kind of equipment to get meat back onto this. So I don't know what she did or what happened, but something failed. But we're gonna work this thing. It's already been debolted. I just got to get it out of the way, get the belt off, slide this one under the chassis, yada yada yada. Same exact setup, same size pulley. Hopefully this is a good transmission. You know what I mean? Let me just mess around here for a second. Yeah, I can feel it engaging. I'm going to oil this thing up. It's been sitting in the open air. Clucky, you got to move. Other thing is I took an old blade, and when this mower deck was on the side, I was scraping the shit out of it. They cut some wet grass, so I'm going to have to school this lady on proper lawn cutting etiquette. Totally beat the shit out of this poor Crafty. 2019. Okay, let's stop yakking and get moving. What do you say? Hey. Okay, need some needle nose. I got to remove that. I got to get that spring off without fudging it up. Take these wheels off, give her good wheels on it. You know, basic crapola. Okay, almost had you. Okay, there we go. I'll put some oil on this. Kind of fish this through the zigzag maze. It really doesn't matter. This thing's junk. I'm going to remove the Z-bend up here at the handle, or the spring, and just pull all my slack down here. Take a little sandpaper. I'm feeling some grit. Sandpaper that, and then oil the piss out of it. I hope this doesn't take too long. You guys in for the ride? So that's good. I saved that transmission. I like to be able to make something out of nothing. Today was the day. If she had brought it to a real shop, they would have looked up this thing. It'd probably be $400. It'd be something ridiculous for this gear assembly. You know what I mean? And that's without wheels. That would just be the transmission. No wheels. Let me take the belt guard off, because I got to get the belt off. Okay. So remove this out of my way. Should probably clean this up. I was just dropping my screws wherever. I need to put this on a block. Let me clean this up. It's going to be a lot easier for me to work on if it's looking good. Okay, banging stuff. Trash cans in the way. That's as good as it's going to get. Let me get my water in a brush, some oven cleaner, You guys are going to be with me for a while, because I'm not going to bypass anything, because then you guys will bitch, why didn't I clean it up first? There's some bunch of shit up here on the recoil too. That's why these things rust out, all these little spots where dirt and shit just sits against the paint. They're watercolor paint. See right there, all that paint's rusty now. They're not going to recognize this thing. They're going to think I sold them another machine. Okay, so that's that. Let me grab the spring here, because I need that. The rest of this is no good. Okay, there's a little butterfly wing on the top of that spring. There we go. We got it. I guess I could use the gearing in that transmission if I had to. You know, break it apart if I needed the internals. Okay, that's down. Goes like that. Okay, we got an extra screw, but I know what we can do with that. They're missing a screw back here on the handle. So let me blast this off. Maybe I'll oil up the wheels later. Once I switch out the new wheels, when I have it apart, I'll oil up what I need to. Just going to put a dab on the shaft and some on the axle right there. Okay, let me put the spring in place. Come on. Okay, that's in. I just gotta manhandle it without breaking it. Okay. I just don't want to break the plastic thing because I don't have another one handy, and I'd have to strip it off of another machine. So I'm going to try to figure a way to do this. This is tilted back as far as it's going. Okay. I see. Okay, now we're good. Okay, so put this in place, put the belt on. It's just basically a remove and replace. R&R if you're in the automotive repair industry. That's how they categorize it, R&R. Every procedure has a time limit or a reasonable time expectation on how fast the job should be completed. So there's software out there. There used to be a big manual with all the procedures listed. Now it's all computerized. I think All Data is one of the companies doing that. Okay, this is going on the outside. Okay, so that's down. Cable's been oiled up good. Let's thread that through the little plastic maze. Butterfly wings go in and clip. Let me put the spring back up here in the handle. Okay, looks like it's moving as it should. Oops, I'm glad you guys noticed that. My little keeper got anxious and didn't let the belt in. Now it's in. Okay, time to go to work. I'll flip it on its side. Start with the 5 here against the plastic, against the metal deck. What else do we have to do? You guys see anything? Then we're going to do wheels. Throw some grease. Okay, let's keep rocking it. Save all this crap that I took off. Okay, let me flip this over and get my DeWalt. Okay, I gotta get a couple started. It's kind of a little wonky right now till I get going. ones with the big washers go here, metal to plastic. These smaller ones here hold the cover down. They don't have a washer on them. See what I scraped off earlier? It was all up in here. I had to remove it to find my 10s. That's what I scraped off. Okay, I'm going to put it back down, manipulate the cover back on, the FWD cover. Okay, stick this under here, my jack stand. So on this side where the tab is, you got to kind of pull the tab back to get that in place. Okay, I'll move that forward. I'll get the two here at the top to start with. Okay, back over. Doesn't look like the belt's in place. It would appear so. Okay, I know what we got to do. Okay, I see. There's a little lip up here that goes under to hold that plastic thing. I don't have it under, I have it on top. That's why it's feeling a little funky. I gotta remove maybe one or two of these. Hopefully I can just get this one down enough and tuck it underneath. Something ain't right. I'll remove this one and start over. Okay, there we go. I just had to manipulate it one more time. One more stinking time. We got it. Everything is copacetic. Looks like somebody's been in here before. Maybe it was the brother. Maybe he had this cover off. Okay. We gotta keep banging the trash can. Special effects. Maybe the brother had this off. And was messing with it. Okay, I'm going to keep going. You with me? Sweating like a pack mule. When it rains, it blocks the heat from the sun, but the after effects are all that stinking humidity. Okay, so there's five from here. So my spring is still in place. That looks good. I start with the one in the middle. Then at each wheel, there's two, front and back. Had to back that one off. It went in crooked. I didn't want to go to jail. Okay. Okay, so that wasn't bad. Let's take this wheel off. This is the Murray. The Murray wheel. Let's give her crafty wheels that she paid good money for. Then we'll look at the air filter and the engine oil. Maybe we'll go above and beyond. Okay, these aren't bad from the dead machine. There's still some teeth on this. Okay, blast some air here, give it some oil. You know, you guys are gonna complain I shouldn't be using oil up here. And the teeth are good on this Murray transmission. The teeth on hers were starting to wear out pretty badly. So she's getting a heck of a good used transmission here. Okay, where's her wheels? See if they fit. I don't need these. This was from hers. Okay, let me get my axle grease. I want to grease up that axle just because it's rusty. Okay, I was using it earlier over here. So how are we doing time-wise? You guys getting fed up? Okay, 30 minutes of nonsense. You're still hanging here. Why are you hanging here? Remember the movie Ferris Bueller's Day Off? At the very end of the movie, if you stuck around at the AMC theaters for the credits, he comes back and says, "Why are you guys still here? Go, get." But don't get yet, you guys, because I'm not done with you. We're going to keep plowing. Start this crafty, see what it does. I think he used channel locks to get this off. This nut's all marred up. I hate when that happens. Let me check the rear wheel. Is this rotating? Ah, what the heck. I'm here, I got grease. Grease is cheap. You guys are hanging out. Oh, the axle. Son of a gun, the axle stayed on. Let me get some vice grips. If that breaks, I think I got a couple of backups. Please don't break on me. I want this thing to go smoothly. Get my 50/50 acetone ATF. Give it a couple of drops and then I'm going to twist. No wonder there was a little restriction. Well, I can tighten these up too. The 10's here, and then I'm missing a 10 at the top of the deck. That's part of my maintenance. These screws get loose. Oh, good. That was nice. No problem. So turn this back around. Push it down in. Okay, where's my 10? Let's do this before I forget. So the extra one that I had, I'm going to use it up here on the top. And it's stripped out, so it's not doing anything. Okay. I'm going to grease this. Put a little back there on the wheel. A little on the shaft. A little on the back of the nut here. And then tighten it down 9/16. Okay, time for the other side. Let's keep going. I see a lot of play on the back end here, moving the handle up and down. This whole back section's moving around. Let me get my 10, zap these. Okay, that helped. They were loose. I can come back later, tighten these up. So let me pop the cap on this. Take this wheel off and grease the shit out of it. Okay. A little bit of play. Then we'll get back to the front wheel there, put her last Craftsman on. Don't tell me we got another issue. No, it was just rusty. So that'll make it go a little easier when the wheels turn freely. Save some of that front wheel drive power. So it's not all wasted on these rusty wheels. Okay. You with me? You're with me, all right. Sweat's just pouring off of me. Ugh. So they must have used this thing this morning. If there's wet grass on the tires and wet grass underneath, they would just manhandling it and not using the self-propelled. They couldn't, it was in up. Okay, good teeth on this one. No wear. Grab some oil. I know you don't like it. Okay, it's turning a little freer. So now I got a couple of Murray wheels for another project. Oh, I asked her if she needed a loaner, if she had to get the grass cut right away. She said no, it didn't need a loaner. So I want to check the air filter. I think that's going to work for us. Okay. sweat's still pouring off me. I'm gonna have to drink a couple of glasses of water after this. Okay, so that's that. I can almost guarantee the filter's going to be plugged up. It's got oil, it's at the top mark. It's not the best, but it's not the worst. So this is turning out pretty good, I think. Just got to clean up this mess. Ta-da! Maybe the original filter. It's kind of showing age here and a lot of debris. So I'll put a new one on for her. I'll just put this back in place. I just want to see if it starts and engages. Okay, there's no gas in it. Huh. Well, that's odd. They cut as much of the grass as they could. It ran out of gas, and then they brought it to me. I got like 2 quarts left on my fuel. Okay, well, let's just try it. I'm gonna get you set up, put it on the concrete and try. If it engages, I did my part of the deal. You know what I mean? That's what it came in for. She didn't ask for anything else. There's a few more things I can do. Like I said, the handle's wonky. Just tighten some stuff. Tighten up some stuff. That's never been touched since 2017. 2019, 4th month 2019. This is the model 12 Alpha-Alpha 15 Whiskey 793. If you wanted to know, I'll put it down below. Serial number 1 David 269 Kilo 30424. Okay, I'm going to pull on it. Almost. Okay, what do you think? It engaged, I'm happy. I may do a little bit more to it and just charge her because I have a feeling her brother's not mechanically inclined. I'm going to sharpen the blade for her, degrease it, mess with the handle. Handle's kind of floppy. You know, just go through it, do a little extra, and probably not charge her a whole lot. put some oil on these nuts. Okay, I'm happy with how this one turned out. I may release the safety brake cable down here and oil the piss out of that too. Just some general maintenance. And the blade could use some attention. Blade look kind of butter knife-ish. Okay. Kind of looks odd there with the new sneakers in the front, huh? And the old hand-me-downs in the back. But it'll get the job done. I appreciate you kids coming out, hanging out for this longer-ish video. We did a good job, I think. Old Murray front wheel drive worked great on the Craftsman, and maybe I will save this for the gearing, because this the axle here is shot. I can't do anything with that. Probably the gear on the other side is just as worn as this one. It's showing a little wear right in that region. Okay, tip you waitress and wait staff. Like I said, appreciate you coming out. Like and subscribe. A lot of you kids don't subscribe. Subscribe to my channel. You'll get notifications and all that jazz. Hit the like button. There's one dirty, rotten scoundrel out there that dislikes every single video. I don't know why. I'm doing the best I can. Okay, adios amigos. Thanks. Good to see all of you. Thanks for your help today.